Coming up on the Stifel Snow Show, returns accepted. Mikaela Shiffrin has been moving right along after a crash left her with a serious injury. Now she's back in action. We'll give you 100 reasons why you won't want to miss it. And once upon a history book, snowboarding legend Chloe Kim took a break. Then she came back and decided to break some records instead. There is no end in sight. Plus, three-time Olympic medalist retiring and then unretiring at 29 with a twist. It's half pipe.
My name is Nick, and sliding down snow is slick.
A decision as good as gold. Hello, so glad you're with us. Welcome to the Stifel Snow Show. I am Ahmed Fareed, bringing you the latest and greatest in skiing and snowboarding from around the globe. World Cup season is in full swing. We got a lot to cover today. The athletes are absolutely bringing it in all disciplines. We'll start here by having a look at where members of the U.S. ski and snowboard team have been competing recently. The athletes going to extremes in snowboard and free ski in Aspen, Colorado. The speed bumps ahead in Moguls in Waterville Valley, New Hampshire. You will flip for aerials in Lac Beauport, Quebec, Canada. They're up for the challenge in men's alpine from Kitzbühel, Austria. Then you got cross country pushing through in the paradise of Engadine, Switzerland. And women's alpine pulling double duty in Garmisch, Germany and Courchevel, France. And that is where we're going to start here today. Mikaela Shiffrin is back. You will no doubt recall this season at Killington, where she crashed out in a giant slalom, resulting in a serious puncture wound to her obliques. On top of that, the wound required surgery to stave off infection. Since then, Shiffrin has been keeping us up to date on her recovery journey, taking as much time as she needed. And now she is back, looking for her 100th World Cup win again in sight. Remember what Ted Ligety told us on the show? Last year he said, quote, Mikaela Shiffrin's never started a race that she doesn't think she can win. So if she's ready to race, that means she is ready to win. We'll find out. Courchevel, a fitting place to set those sights. Back on track, some fast facts powered by iFit. So many achievements for Shiffrin at this track. She has won 7 of her 99 World Cups right here across 4 different events. One of the most memorable victories, you remember this one, December of 2020, Shiffrin's first win after her dad had passed away. Is she ready to launch? No doubt here. Steve Perino on the call. Mikaela Shiffrin, our Stifel Star of the Week.
Mikaela Shiffrin has been injured now 3 times in her career. In the 2 previous injuries, it had been more than a month, sometimes 2 months before she returned to action. And each time she returned with victory. You could see it wasn't quite the sure-footed Shiffrin in the opening run. What does she have here for run number 2? And it is right now a little bit more of a fight for Shiffrin than we're used to. The balance maybe not as pristine. But this, she said, was the race she wanted to and was lucky to and happy to be in on the doorstep of the World Championships. Just get out of the start. Feel the nerves of World Cup skiing. Mikaela Shiffrin trying to find the lead. It looks a distant chance, and into 8th place for Shiffrin. And while she is not used to finding herself that far back, I think what she's pleased about is that she is back.
Yeah, that is true. She is indeed back. Win number 100, though, still to come. Mikaela and her teammates will be in action at the FIS World Ski Championships presented by Stifel beginning next Tuesday, February 4th. Every race live on Peacock with encores available on NBC. All right, over to Germany now in Garmisch, where Shiffrin's teammates were realizing their own successes. Breezy Johnson in her 11th start at the venue since 2016, calling it one of her favorite courses. She put together a strong downhill, was in the green most of the length down the course, saying she was able to execute, and a smiling Johnson ultimately secured 4th place, her best result of the season. Last week, we heard from Park City's Lauren Masuga off her first career win at St. Anton. Masuga turned on the energy to the crowd's delight. Red, white, and blue represent. Masuga finished in 6th, took 12th in the Super G the following day. Despite a serious crash resulting in season-ending injuries on the same course 4 years prior, Keely Cashman was able to keep her precision and focus during the Super G, saying she started her day with a new mindset. The 2022 Olympian sent it, resulting in a career-best World Cup result in 6th, having won on this track 5 times prior. In the downhill now, Lindsey Vonn in new equipment, saying she was still, quote, slowly working things out one day at a time. If you can believe it, prior to Cortina, Vonn was still racing in her pre-retirement boots. How about that? Vonn took 13th here. Afterwards, she said she still needed to be patient, just taking one step at a time. So afterwards, of course, as we see with Team USA, flagging the friendship vibes, Cougs on the field, greeting her friend with a smile, a hug, signature American pride between teammates there. And then you got to reward yourself, right, Lindsey Vonn? Hot dog style. Snack time with Lucy. Notorious, treacherous, majestic. It looms over fabled Kitzbühel, Austria. It's the Hahnenkamm. The stars come out, and not just on the slope, magical in its glory, not to be missed. After all, it has been called the Super Bowl of ski racing. It's fast, dangerous, thrilling, challenging as well. And if you can, you show up for this event, and show up they did, including the para snowboard and alpine team. And when it's time to wind down after the races, well, don't count on it. The party is just getting started. Raise a glass with Ryan Cochran-Siegel at the Londoner. All right, still to come. Nick Goepper, wake up. He started skiing at 5, became an Olympic medalist, and now trying something a little different. Or is that his cat Chuck? We're going to figure this all out. That's coming up next. It is January in Aspen, Colorado. That means it is X Games time. 3 days of epic winter action sports competition featuring snowboarding, skiing, music, and much more. And exceedingly talented U.S. athletes showcasing equally epic precision and heart. Stars of the U.S. team on unstoppable ascent mode. Rise up. She is making history at 24. Fun fact, in 2026, Chloe Kim can become the first snowboarder to win gold at 3 consecutive Olympics. For now, she is out of her self-proclaimed rut, and she is having fun. As she put it, quote, it kind of has been working out, yeah. And she's making it very hard to disagree with that statement for sure. 2 U.S. women dominating in snowboard superpipe, Kim and Maddie Mastro, off 1-2 podium finishes at the recent Locks Open. We're poised to rev it up again in Aspen. They did just that, emphasizing a desire to do tricks that felt good to her. Kim dropped into the half pipe looking poised to realize her goal. She landed the first double cork in X Games women's half pipe history, taking her run to new heights, delivering for herself and fans alike. Now, teammate Maddie Mastro dialed it up. A clean run that included her signature double crippler, the first woman to ever land the trick both in and out of half-pipe competition. Mastro taking silver, kisses from dog Pip in celebration. Well done. Kim secured gold, winning her 7th X Games Aspen title, tying Shaun White for the most superpipe gold medals in X Games history.
Oh, go red! Oh, go red!
How about that? Love the enthusiastic mini champ from little nephew Bud. Family's where it's at. Uncle Red will tell you that, a.k.a. Olympic gold medalist Red Gerard, still holding the distinction of being the youngest American Olympic snowboarding medalist, coming off a recent silver at the Locks Open. Gerard came into X Games Aspen looking to defend his 2024 slopestyle title. His mastery of the course more than evident, as you can see. Well done. We spy Mom Jen right there in the crowd as well. A proud moment for Gerard's extensive supporting cast. He later took to social to say that he was, quote, in absolute awe having nabbed him. On to men's ski, superpipe, an American sweep of the podium. Going for his 8th X Games medal, Alex Ferreira able to throw down a few 1620s. The 2-time Olympic medalist won every contest he entered in the 2023-24 season, becoming the first half-pipe skier to have a perfect season. However, teammate Nick Goepper wowed the crowd, finishing first, his first X Games medal in superpipe. He has 6 previous X Games medals from slopestyle. He edged out Ferreira as the defending X Games gold medalist. Hunter Hess took the bronze for the 2nd year in a row. The excitement palpable across the board for Team USA. Yeah, so the story with Nick Goepper, a three-time Olympic medalist for more than a decade, strictly a slopestyle competitor after a brief retirement, back now to focus on halfpipe and already having success. It is with that we welcome Nick back to the show. First off, I want to say, Nick, congratulations. Good to see you once again. Congrats on that X Games victory. What's your reaction to that win?
Wow, it's relief, it's validation, it's overall euphoria. My whole family was here in Aspen to watch, my girlfriend, and to get another one of these in a different discipline is pretty exciting, and I think the 15-year-old me would be really proud of myself.
You talked about it. Validation is what it feels like for you. 3 events, 3 podiums. Was there ever a moment where you're doubting if you had made the right move?
Every step of the way. I think that everyone carries a tiny bit of self-doubt, and that's totally normal. But to keep pushing forward, to keep believing in yourself, taking it one day at a time, one step at a time, is the key, right? To always hold that belief in yourself and in the bigger picture. And that's what I've been doing.
Well, people that know you know that you're an individual. You have your own style. When you were in this studio a year ago, colored hair, Evel Knievel outfit, it was awesome. One of the best moments we've had on the show. Jeans, also part of your signature style. You've retired those, though. Quite the ceremonial style. They're burned. They're gone. Why did you decide to do that?
So it was a ceremony for sure. I would say the jeans are in the wash.
Oh.
They're just in the wash. And the best thing about the jeans going away is they can always come back. It's still part of my story. It's part of my roots. And when we do bring them back, eventually they're going to come back bigger and better than ever. But for now, I got to focus a little bit. I got to ski in clothes that actually are good for doing 1620s, 20 feet out of a half pipe, believe it or not. So for lack of a better phrase, I'm a little more locked in.
That makes a whole lot of sense. Those skinny jeans in particular can be quite restricting at times, for sure. People may not know this about you as well. You had a career in inline skating as well, and you also have rollerblade ranch. So tell me all about this.
Yeah, sure. So as a kid, I've always loved carpentry. My dad used to build furniture. He taught me how to build ramps and rails for my skateboard, rollerblades, skis when I was growing up. And I've always loved projects. And this past summer, I had this idea to get a training advantage. So I bought 40 acres of super cheap land in eastern Nevada, and I built a giant ramp and put an airbag on it and went off this huge quarter pipe ramp, practiced my half pipe ski tricks on my rollerblades, landing into the airbag. It was a proof of concept. I intend to make it much bigger and better, but it was such a fun thing to do. I built it all myself with my bare hands, me and my roommate. And to start with an idea and then finish it and then tell the story and then have it actually contribute to my skiing career in some way was like one of the coolest things I've ever done. And I'll talk about it for the rest of my life. So Rollerblade Ranch.
I don't know how this happens. Every time we talk, we end up taking the conversation somewhere I never expected to take it. But thank you for that. I don't need to tell you that Milan Cortina is on the horizon, year away. Give us some thoughts as you look towards the Winter Olympics in 2026.
I'm not even so focused on winning. I know that I can, but it's more so I intend on doing this for another Olympic cycle even after this. And so I'm just so thrilled with the journey so far. The rollerblade ranches, the switching disciplines, the rebranding of myself on social media and new ideas and just this, just really taking the journey in stride has been my number one focus, and it's panning out. So I'm so excited for Italy.
Well, Nick, you got fans in us for sure. As always, a blast having you on the show. You bring the positive vibes every time we talk to you. Can't wait to see you on the road to the 2026 Winter Games, Nick. Good luck.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Stay with us. We'll be right back with Moguls and more. On to New Hampshire now in the Toyota Waterville Freestyle Cup, where the Stifel U.S. team Moguls athletes, as always, skied their hearts out. The birthplace of freestyle skiing was the perfect backdrop for the top Moguls athletes in the world. The brilliance of the U.S. leading the way with their best showing so far. this year. Now, we all know how life can get a little bumpy now and again. With that, you got to make the most of all the moments. True fellowship in flight, sharing the tricks of what really makes the team soar. They're carving out time for one another. The U.S. Women's Moguls team is our Stifel Spotlight.
Tell me a little bit more about the Women's Moguls team.
It's the best team ever.
The women's mogul team is incredible right now.
You go down the rankings list and there's 8 of us and we're like basically the top 8.
I think the camaraderie of the team is really what makes our team the best. You know, we're all just having so much fun out there and pushing each other constantly.
I want all my teammates to go down and have the best runs ever. But then that also pushes me, like, if I watch them, they have a really good run, I'm like, all right, like, I gotta step up my game.
I think for us and for me, it's really nice to not be serious for a little bit, you know, like in the gate, on the course, I'm gonna be serious. But outside of that, we gotta make the most of it. Whether it's dancing at the bottom of the course and like coming up with funny little celebrations, or bopping over to Thailand on our way to Kazakhstan.
We did a lot of fun stuff there. We did a spa day, like full on vacation. We're traveling competition, but like it doesn't have to just be that. All these other countries are like, what's the US team doing? And honestly, I think it helps us compete a lot better.
We're all like a little family, you know? We're all there to support each other, be there through the highs and the lows. When we're traveling 10 months of the year, we don't have the other friends and family there. So we kind of have to be that for each other.
I just love being around those girls. Like, we all understand everything about each other, and we're best friends. I'm just so excited to, like, travel more with them and look for more podiums.
I love it. Motivating each other, cheering for each other, other countries wondering what their secret is. Maybe it's this. Next level friendship, next level dance moves as well. Kick it, Team USA. Well done. All right, back to Waterville, home snow now, where 2022 Olympian and recent Columbia University grad Olivia Giaccio brought her best to the slopes, executing near perfect composition of speed, turns, and air. Teammate and friend Jaelin Kauf further showcasing the strength of the women's team in what was an epic super finals battle, saying she was stoked with the run she was able to put down. Now Kauf taking second on the day with Giaccio in third. Kauf also taking second the following day in duels. That was her 40th career podium. Moguls on the men's side with Park City, Utah native and 2022 Beijing Olympia Nick Page also dropping the hammer on the day. Page nailing it with his first ever podium and second place on U.S. soil, following Canadian great Mikaela Kingsbury, a longtime mentor to Page. Now get this, Page's dad Mike, he was there. He was on hand helping deliver a dream come true moment at the end. Coming up after the break, she's proof that sportsmanship is also about how you sparkle and shine, even when put to the test. Back soon to talk cross country and the one and only Jessie Diggins. In our last episode, we reported on some significant foot injuries for the ever-effervescent glitter queen Jessie Diggins, significant enough to require race schedule adjustment. But it seems, as always, cross-country powerhouse Diggins is harnessing the sun. Maybe it's healing powers, too. We pick it up, the beautiful valley here of Engadine, Switzerland. She's all grit and glow, a lesson in balance for the 33-year-old Afton, Minnesota native, leading the overall World Cup, no less. A recent diagnosis of plantar fasciitis and a partial rupture of the fascia has put Diggins to the test, but in true form, she came prepared to the 20-kilometer mass start, pushing through just like you would expect from a 3-time Olympic medalist. Diggins gassed over the line, giving it her all. A photo finish, she would take 5th. Diggins also took 6th in the sprint free. All right, twisting our way to aerials, the U.S. freestyle ski team athlete Chris Lillis has made his mark in the world of aerial skiing, recently taking 3rd in Lac Beauport, Canada. With sights set on 2026 Milan Cortina, it only made sense to revisit his epic jump 3 years ago in Beijing, helping to seal the golden deal in mixed team aerials over then favored China.
who will win the first gold medal in this brand new Olympic event, mixed team aerials.
Going into that event, my teammates Ashley, Justin, and I, we were kind of talking like, we're going to win today. We're definitely going to win today. We're going to beat the Chinese in China, and almost talk yourself into it a little bit.
Now Ashley Caldwell of the USA. Giant air on that. Wow.
With that being said, the event itself was intoxicating. It was the most serious and intense thing I've ever done with my life.
Chris Lillis puts the quid down. That just happened. Let's go. Justin Schoenfeld, can he seal the deal for the U.S.?
Yes.
And that might do it. Team USA in mixed team aerials wins the gold.
Have that moment with my two best friends and really live up to our own expectations for ourselves. I think it was one of the coolest and most fulfilling moments of my entire life.
United States of America.
Yeah, initiate laser focus. Lac Beauport also coming through for Cincinnati, Ohio's Corinna Elliott, who took second on the women's side. 1 year after she earned her first World Cup win here, she earned her second career podium. Elliott pledging to bring the confidence gained and possibly a new trick to upcoming Deer Valley, February 7th. Our scheduled cup runneth over. Free ski slopestyle coming your way with the Toyota US Grand Prix. We will bring you the FIS Alpine World Ski Championships February 4th through the 16th live on Peacock, and of course, sneaking in there, February 8th on CNBC. Our next episode of the Stifel Snow Show. As you know, we'll have all the greatest and latest action, so you do not want to miss that. And those FIS Alpine World Ski Championships presented by Stifel, live no less. Think mini Olympics in terms of competition awesomeness there. Got to jump on those for sure. All right, that's it for this week's edition of the Stifel Snow Show. Thrilled you could join us. I'm Ahmed Fareed. We'll see you next time.